Hey there, so today we have another beer talk, and this is courtesy of a question from Greenleaf, who talked about how some people end up rating beers based on their price instead of what the quality of the beer is and how that affects ratings. And so really what I wanted to talk about is perception in beer. Because what this goes down to is that people might have a beer just sitting in the glass and you tell them a price and they will rate it differently based on not only what's in the glass, but also what they perceive. Well, this is that expensive, therefore it's overrated because it's not worth the value of that beer. Or this is really cheap, wow, that's a great value and it should be worth more. Or maybe even, this is cheap, it's actually not as good as what's in the glass, right? It plays a crazy game. And so what I highly recommend that you try to do is actually listen to a podcast from Brewlosophy talking about the perception of beer. And what it teaches you is that we are terrible tasters. We are only human. Humans have great palates when you tell them what they're looking for, what they can look for, what they are possibly tasting, and you show them what they're tasting, but fully blind, humans are terrible at this. And they have done multiple tests with this. They have done tests where you literally give somebody the same beer in 3 different glasses and they will tell you that one of them is different. Or you give someone Coke and Pepsi, and the 2 are Coke, and they'll promise you they'll tell you one of those is different. Or they might put a commercial beer, a homebrew in a bottle, and a commercial bottle, and say, oh wow, this Firestone beer is amazing. Oh wait, it's actually homebrew. Without prior knowledge or full information, we are actually not that strong of tasters. And that's really what this beer talk is about. I really think that people really need to bring some humility to their confidence in how they talk about beer. And so that goes into the idea of, oh wow, this is overrated, therefore the beer is actually not that good and need to be rated a certain way. And so when you start actually making yourself a little bit more humble and start being more humble about your palate, then I think you will be a better taster. So how do you do that? Well, one great way is, I don't have one, but you can get a black glass and just start having people start pouring you beers in that black glass and give it to you fully blind. Or just get a regular glass and just have people pour you a beer fully blind into that glass, and you will realize how weak your palate is. You won't be able to know what brewery it is. You might not even know what style it is, and you might not even know what off flavors it is, or when it was canned and when it was bottled, how much it cost. And when you really put yourself in that situation where you're just completely lost and it's literally like turning off the lights right now and just pitch black and just, grabbing and trying to get a feel around for something. When you force your palate to get to that point, you will start learning more, because you will start realizing that you're really looking for flavor, and you will start, hopefully it helps you ignore the other facts that come in a beer. So let's say I have, a bottle of beer, Oxbow. I already know about the brewing. I already know about this beer. I've had this beer before. But next time I have this beer, hopefully I think of it as more blind, and you really try to make it a mental exercise to really think about what's in the glass and try to ignore the price of this bottle, the pedigree of the brewery, whether I had this before, the price of it, whether I like the style, its ABV, this and that, all this information. Just start dissecting the things that you're tasting and smelling. And I think that's really important to focus on those things. And ideally, these things slowly go away. And I am not saying that, I'm a great taster. I'm not saying that I'm not biased. These are certainly things that everybody is going to face, but we are all on the journey to become better tasters, I hope, and hopefully enjoy beer more. So this is sort of a beer talk to just hope you guys realize that, including myself, that our palates just suck. And to really get better at it, you really have to be humble and do more practice, just really focus on this and really hone in your skills. And when you do this, I think you will actually enjoy beer more. You'll have a really fun adventure in developing your palate, and that's really what the conversation is here. That's why I have this channel personally, and it's quite fun. So post in the comments below about what you think about perception of beer and how you've gone through your journey and your palate. But yeah, until next time, guys, cheers, later.